and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So I will not kid you and I will not tell you that everything is great. No, everything is not great. But this is my palette cleanser, if you believe it or not. I needed some time out to put down the phone from all of the WhatsApp groups that are concurrently putting out more and more frightening news, and it's getting more and more dark in the hour. And I will talk a little bit about the political status before I start this reading, so those of you who don't want to listen can go forward. I will put a timestamp about it. So just one thing that I want to share, and I really want or wish that all of you that can go into newspaper articles that talk about it, or YouTube videos that you see that speak about it, even Piers Morgan interview with Netanyahu. If you want me to share it, I will share it, and put in the comments that you know exactly what Netanyahu is doing. He's lying with a straight face. He's lying to the world. He's lying to the people. It's amazing how it is. You can find videos of him from 10 years ago saying exactly the opposite of what he's saying right now. He is comparing our resistance to the time where the Gaza Strip was evacuated, and then there was a resistance as well, and he's saying that then he behaved as a sane opposition, but he himself voted for the evacuation of Gaza Strip. So he's lying. He's saying that there were no violent protest then, but it is a lie. Unfortunately, most of those materials are in Hebrew, so I cannot put them, but I will put the ones that I do have in English so you can watch and maybe share. The one thing that really worries me is the national militia that they are going to establish, the National Guard, that can be called in case the Prime Minister calls an emergency situation. This, I've been studying the World War II, Nazi Germany, the Holocaust for many, many years, and I know exactly what happened in Nazi Germany. And Hitler was voted by 33% of the Germans. He did not have a majority, neither did Netanyahu. And just right after he got voted, that it means in a matter of months, and I just remind you that Netanyahu was voted as prime minister less than 4 months ago. So in a matter of months, what they did is stage the burning of the German Reichstag, and then they got out a law that called for a national emergency, and they already had the SA. The SA became the National Guard, and they started putting communists into concentration camps, and then Jews into concentration camps, and then ministers and religious people, religious leaders into concentration camps. And as Someone said when they came for me, there was no one to shout because everyone was already taken. So I just want to shout an SOS shout from here, and please, whoever can, go comment, just share our cry, because we are in a very dire strait. Okay, so that was my political introduction. This is going here, and let's talk about Doria. So this is a request that I got from one of my subscribers, and I decided that today I'm not going to talk about Harry and his performance in the court. She wanted me to do a reading, a more extensive reading about Doria. Now, I did quite a few readings about Doria in the past, but this is really a very deep dive into Doria. So I decided to devise a whole spread that is connected to Doria, to the questions that are, to pinpoint the questions that this subscriber wrote to me in her email, and to try and answer her questions one by one. And what she wanted me to ask is, first of all, what is her agenda and how is she influencing the situation? How is she manipulating the situation, or how is she manipulating Harry and Meghan? And is she the only parent in their lives because of this situation? So is that the result of her manipulation? And then to look into what is she trying to achieve, for what is her plan for Meghan, what is her plan for Harry, what is her plan for the children, what is her plan for herself, and what is her plan for the royal family. Because we saw in the Netflix documentary that Doria is not that sweet woman that we all saw in the wedding, and she is actually a very manipulative woman, and she actually had a lot to do with everything that went through since they got married. And if you watch Lady C, and I know that most of you do watch Lady C, she exposes Doria for the woman that she is. And in Tom Bauer's book, Revenge, that was the first time that I realized that Doria was actually a very, very nefarious person, someone who smoked green, and instead of making house, and in front of the Thomas Markle's older children, that she used to have lovers, and even without masking it from Thomas Markle, and that she used to even sell drugs. So all of these things just show us that Doria is not that sweet person that we all thought she is when they got married. And I think that she fooled not only us, but she fooled also the British royal family. And if you remember how Prince Charles then gave his arm to her in the wedding, and led her to her seat. He was so kind to her, and then she was so obnoxious, calling them racist. I mean, she was the one who actually was the one who started talking about racial problems in the royal family, I believe, in front of Harry. I think that she's the one who entered that into his head, but we will see in this reading. So I'm using the Tarot de la Nuit, both the tarot deck and the tarot and the oracle deck. Now, the Tarot de la Nuit is a tarot deck that is based on fairy tales. So all sorts of fairy tales, but it's taking the fairy tales into the darker side. Now, I'm using it because Meghan always wants us to believe that she was Ariel from The Little Mermaid, that she lost her voice because she had to, she picked the prince, so she lost her voice. And I think that that was not really the case. And I think that this is a fairy tale that went very, very dark and very, very wrong. And this is why I believe that if we can compare Doria to anyone from a fairy tale, that would be to the Wicked Queen from Snow White, and maybe Catherine is Snow White herself. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such, may or may not be true, so please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's clear the deck. And let's start asking. So, Doria Ragland. What is her agenda? How is she influencing the situation? What is her way to manipulate Harry and Meghan? And what is the result of her manipulation? What is she trying to achieve for Meghan? What is she planning for Harry? For the children, for the royal family, and what does she want for herself? Okay, let's just put this back. Once again, Doria Ragland and her ambitions. What is she trying to achieve? How is she influencing the situation? What is her agenda? How is she manipulating the Harry and Meghan, or Harry? What is her plan for Harry, for Meghan, for herself, for the royal family, and for the children? Doria Ragland and her plans, her manipulation. Moment. Her agenda and the results of her manipulation. Okay, let's cut the deck. So the first card is a card that will show us Doria as a whole, or what kind of woman is she, and what we're getting here is judgment. So first of all, judgment is a card of a change, and it is a card of a very major change. It is a card of someone who is going through this very, very major change. Now, this change doesn't mean that it's a good change or a bad change, only that it is a very big change. Now, if we're looking very carefully at this card, we're seeing two people in this maybe cave, or there is this opening where you can go towards the light or you can stay. And I think that Doria is that person here that has this ability to make the decision of doing that, going through that change into the light, deciding to go through a change into a better way of behaving, because up until now she is in the dark side. So she is in this dark place, and she can decide to go to the light. She can decide to change, but she hasn't done that yet. So Doria is in this very, very important threshold. She's in a place where she has a decision to make. What is it that she wants? Whether she wants to keep on staying in this very darkness place that she built for herself, or whether she wants to change things. Because this is a woman that is in a very dark place, and also with also only this small lantern for light. This is a woman who is not in a good place right now. So she can choose to turn and go with, like the other people are going, to the light, or to stay. But right now she is still in darkness. So this is the person that she is, or was, her entire life. She is a person that always was on the dark side. And some people said that Doria is delving into dark magic, and she is maybe doing things that are prohibited. Well, we do know that she has done a lot of things that were prohibited at the time. Maybe today they are legal, but they were prohibited at the time. She did use drugs when it was illegal. But this is also about crimes. This is also, and there is this time gap of 10 years that we don't know where Doria was. And people are speculating that Tom Bauer is writing a book about those 10 years. I don't know. But during those 10 years, we don't know where Doria was. But there are speculation that she was in jail because of a crime that she made, that she committed. So this is a person that was all his life in the dark side. All her life, she was in the dark side. She has an opportunity to decide to change, but it doesn't mean that she's going to change. But this is where she is right now. She is now in this place of having to decide, maybe because things are changing with Harry and Meghan, maybe because things are changing with her. I don't know exactly what is changing that is causing her to feel that she needs to maybe make a change. But this card is showing us that this change will not nullify what was in the past. It will only change what she is now. But right now she's still in the darkness. She's still at the side of the darkness. She hasn't crossed the threshold yet. So that is who she is right now. The next card is, what is her agenda? And her agenda is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, it's a card of getting ahead. This is a card of cooperation and recognition. This is what she wants. This is a card of getting ahead, of going, this is the first success in the Wands suit. It comes right after the Two of Wands, which is embarking on this voyage to realize your potential, and she wants to get cooperation with people. She wants to get recognized for what she is, for who she is. She wants to get ahead. This is what she wants. And the wants are all about ego. And this is about demanding what she deserves. This is what she wants. And this is about a person who is egotistical, a person that has extra self-confidence, a person that is arrogant. And in this card, just you see that she's holding a skull. So she will not, she will not stop at anything, even if it means holding skulls, even if it means stepping on bodies on her way, but she will get ahead no matter what. So this is what her agenda is. So what is her manipulation? How does she control Harry and Meghan? And what we're getting here is the Fool card. So that's another major arcana. And the Fool card is a card of taking risks without obligations. And this is a card of someone who is also telling others to take the risks. So she's encouraging them, take risks. Don't be afraid to take the risk. This is a card of someone who is burning bridges behind him. And this is a card of someone who will also encourage others to come with him. Come with me. Look how beautiful everything in my side is. Leave the darkness behind you and come with me to this very tempting blue light. Come with me because everything will be nicer and more beautiful. Look how beautiful everything is over here. So ignore the risks, ignore everything that might happen if you are doing those reckless things, because this is about your freedom, and freedom has no price. This is what the Fool is all about. So she's the one who entered the freedom concept into Harry's mind, into his head. She's the one who let Harry believe that he's not free, that he needs to go on this freedom quest, that he needs to get freed from the shackles that the royal family is shackling him. So she's the one who that encouraged Harry to burn bridges behind him. And she's the one who encouraged Meghan to burn the bridges with her white family and even with her own family. So she's the one who has done all of that, because she's the one who is taking them into this very, very risky road while ignoring all of the risks, because it's the freedom flight. So the next card is, what is the result of that manipulation? Is the fact that she's the only person, that the only parent around Harry and Meghan, the result of this manipulation that she has done on them? And what I'm getting here is Temperance. So Temperance is a card of believing, and just to be very, very clear, this is a third major arcana. So it's very spiritual. So I believe that it's more in the spiritual plane. It's not very earthly. The only earthly card is the Three of Wands, that shows that she will do anything in order to get ahead. But the Temperance card is about believing. It is about having faith that you can succeed. So I think that this card is telling us that the result is that they have unquestionable faith in everything that she's saying, that she has their unequivocal trust. And that right now they are the ones that they are trusting every word that she's saying. Temperance is about trust, it's about faith, it's about believing in yourself, it's about believing in miracles. And I believe that this is what she promised them. And right now, everything that she's saying is like, it's like as if God said that. So this is about her earning their unequivocal trust and being this guru. And like a yoga instructor, she is right now, she is their guru. She's the one who says what to do, and they are trusting everything that she says, and she is controlling everything that they do because they believe everything that she says and they trust everything that she says. I would say that she controls them. Okay, so what does she want for Meghan? And for Meghan, she wants the Three of Pentacles, naturally. So she wants the recognition, but she wants also the reward. So she wants Meghan to be recognized for the great actress that she is, for the amazing person that she is, for her creativity, for everything that she is. And naturally, she wants her to get the reward that she deserves. So this is not only about recognition, this is also about money. So this is about advancement, this is about financial growth. So this is what she wants for Meghan. Not a lot to talk about this. What does she want for Harry? And for Harry, she wants the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is the initiator king, but this is a person who knows how to start things, but he doesn't know how to go all the way through. That means that she doesn't want him to know how to end things. She doesn't want him to be able to finish things. And I always say that the court cards from the Wands family are kind of an ADD people because they are never excited. They always jump from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. The King of Wands is getting irritated very easily. He's losing interest very easily. This is what she's planning for Harry. So she's planning for him to go jump from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. She's planning for him to never really find anything that that interests him. She wants him to keep on wandering around, looking for things that will interest him, looking for things that will excite him, but never find something that he can go all the way through, because then she can control him. So this is how she wants him to become. So this is what she wants him to be. Okay, what does she want for herself? And for herself, she wants the Five of Wands. So that's interesting because the Five of Wands is a card of getting the victory that you want, but asking for the right kind of help. So she's planning on victory. She's planning on victory. She knows that she needs to get the right kind of help in order to get that victory. But she is planning on that victory. The Five of Wands is not about war. It's not about strife. It can be about strife, but this is not what she's planning on. She's planning on that victory. She wants that victory, but she knows that she will need help. So this is a yes card, actually. It is about receiving the unconventional help, and she wants to receive that unconventional help. Usually it is a bit about when we're talking about, for example, about a relationship, it is about for a woman or a man to fall blindly in love in the other person, or this is about Wicca, or someone who puts an evil eye on someone. So this is exactly what she wants, and this is a card of someone who's meddling in dark affairs. So I think that this is what she means to do. This is the unconventional help that she means to enforce to help herself. Okay, what does she want for her grandchildren? And for her grandchildren, she wants the Eight of Pentacles. So she knows that her grandchildren have to learn in order to advance in life. The Eight of Pentacles is it's actually a great card. It's a yes card. It's about, well, it's about profiting after you work hard. So she knows that they will need to learn to work hard in order to advance in life, but she wants them to advance, because if they get to the Eight of Pentacles, then they can go to the Nine and to the Ten of Pentacles. So she wants them to be good students. She wants them to study. She wants them to advance in life. This is what she is planning for them. This is what she wants them to do. She wants them to be good students in order to be able to advance. And good students doesn't mean academical students. That could mean good students in the school of life, but this is what she wants them to become good students in the school of life in order to be able to earn the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles that come right after the Eight of Pentacles. What is she planning for the royal family? The Emperor. That's interesting because the Emperor is the king. So I think that she knows that she cannot top the king. So she knows that the king is her adversary. She knows that she cannot fight the king. And she knows that she will have to, so she knows that this is someone who controls the material world. She knows that this is the father. Just pay attention that in this Emperor card, there is a moon here. So the moon is also always a symbol of a mother. So she does want the mother here to be able to influence the emperor. So not Her Majesty the Queen, but the Diana's memory maybe, or even herself by her own nefarious ways. But this is about her understanding that she's standing against a very, very strong enemy against her. So because it doesn't have to be the king himself, this is representative of the royal family, and the royal family is a strong enemy. So she understands that the royal family is a strong enemy, and the moon here is probably a reminder that she means to try and influence them in a way that is not a very good way. Okay, so that is Doria. And the oracle card is advice maybe for the royal family on how to deal with Doria. And once again, it is about mostly about women from fairy tales. So let's see what we get. So let's clear the deck. Advice for the royal family on how to deal with Doria. How to deal with Doria. Okay, Shahrazada. Shahrazada, she was an Arab princess who was married to a sultan, and if you know the 1000 nights, she told him a story every night to and she always ended her story at dawn, just before just before the most intriguing part is about to unwrap. And the Sultan that always wanted that always meant to kill her in the morning, but he wanted to hear the next part of the story, so he didn't kill her. So he just let her stay alive another night, and then she would finish the story from that night, from the night before, and start a new story, and then that story would end at dawn, right before the most intriguing part. So the message is, what are the stories that live inside you, and what and that you wish to tell? Offering the tales that fill your mind is quite important at this stage of your path. It couldn't even save your life in a symbolic way. Do not wait. Speak, write, compose. Okay, so what I can get from this is that the royal family should be very, very worried about a person that is using powers in a way to change the narrative, and they need to use their own way of influencing the narrative to put their own message out, to speak, to write, to compose, to put their own narrative out. This is what the royal family need to do, to make their story unforgettable and addictive, not to let others dictate the narrative. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.